And Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky says he's ready to meet Russian President Vladimir Putin for ceasefire talks. Putin has also called for direct talks. Now in a country where truth comes at a price, one of the last Western journalists in Russia refuses to stay silent. CBS News senior foreign correspondent Elizabeth Palmer tells the story of Steve Rosenberg.
In the village cemetery, we find 24 fresh graves. Russian paratroopers killed in Ukraine.
That's the voice of the BBC's Steve Rosenberg.
The Kremlin controls the narrative and the messaging.
He's one of the last foreign journalists in Russia resisting that messaging.
It feels like walking a tightrope over a minefield, and you don't know at what point you're going to fall off the tightrope.
The tightrope is the Kremlin's suppression of all criticism of its armed forces in Ukraine. Russian journalists who dared went to jail, and Rosenberg covered their story.
Olga Smirnova is accused of spreading fake news about the Russian army.
President Putin won't call the war a war or his invasion an invasion. Rosenberg will.
Russia invaded Ukraine in 2022.
But can't you get into big trouble for saying that?
I try to report as accurately and as calmly what's happening as I see it.
Rosenberg came to Russia 24 years ago, and his first job was as a receptionist for CBS News. He's a gifted pianist and has a huge online following for his musical posts.
For me, music is a great solace. I mean, everybody needs a way to de-stress. Everybody, whatever you do. And for me, it's music.
As a foreign reporter in Russia, Rosenberg is often under surveillance. And once he even confronted his tail on camera.
Я заметил, что вы следуете за нами несколько дней. И почему? Нет, не показалось, это точно.
He's challenged President Putin, too.
Вторжением российских войск в Украину.
The stress must be constant.
It's stressful, yes, it is. But as I say, I want to be here, right? I want to see what's happening and what's going to happen in this country, because I fell in love with it so many years ago.
How will this end?
I wish I knew. Russia is like a Tolstoy novel. It's like War and Peace, and you keep turning the pages to try to find out what's going to happen, how it's going to end.
However it does, the BBC's man in Moscow wants to be here, telling the story in his own words. Elizabeth Palmer, CBS News, Moscow.